Hi everyone, my name is Brigitte Belle. Welcome to my channel where I share with you ideas for a better life. I'm super excited about today's video because it's on a topic I'm very passionate about, writing. Something a lot of you may not know about me is that I've been writing and publishing books since the age of 17, and within this past year alone, I've written and published 3 books. I'm currently working on 2 more and have concepts for 4 more that I plan on writing in the near future. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is not to brag or to boast, but simply because some of the most common questions I get asked when people find out that I've written these books is, how did you do that? How did you write a book? How did you publish it? I've always wanted to write a book. Can you teach me how? Can you show me how to do it? And so in this video, I'm going to share with you a few of my very most basic yet essential tips for writing your first book. While writing a book may seem like a daunting task suited for only the most well-rounded, seasoned writers, I'm here to tell you that it's not. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few of my tips when it comes to writing your first book. So if you've ever wanted to write your own book or feel as though you have a story to share, listen up because you're going to want to hear this. Before we start, I want to cover something that's incredibly important to your success, and that's identifying your why. Why do you want to write a book? When it comes to accomplishing any goal, it's important to not only know what you want to accomplish, in this case, I want to write my first book, but even more important is the reason why you want to accomplish it. I've said before in other videos that to think of a goal as setting the end destination on your GPS and your why as the fuel to get you there. So why write a book? I'll give you just a few reasons and you can feel free to add your own. Reason number 1 is that everyone has a story to tell. I truly believe that everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has a unique story or life experience or some sort of value to share with others. Everybody, I believe, is an expert at something, and writing a book enables you to share that expertise with others. Reason number 2 is that book writing enables you to leave a legacy behind on this earth. Even once you're gone and no longer here, your words will live on, and that is a pretty cool thing. Reason number 3 is writing a book establishes instant credibility and sets you apart as an expert in your field. It can open doors of opportunity and it enables you to network and market yourself in a way that you weren't able to before. Reason number 4, having a book that you authored can also work wonders for your business, whatever it may be. Let's say you have a coaching business. Well, having a book that you authored can be used as a tool to help you pre-qualify clients and generate leads for your business. It also adds value to your customers because it's another resource that they can turn to for help and advice. It can even be used for marketing purposes, such as for a free giveaway for building your email list. Reason number 5, finally, one of the biggest reasons most people think of when they want to write a book is because of the possibility of generating income through book royalties. So those are just a few reasons why I believe book writing is an incredibly powerful act. Feel free to add your own reasons, as the more reasons you have, the more fuel you're putting in your engine, and therefore the more likely you are to complete your book and have the strength to keep going even when it gets tough or tiresome. Now let's talk about how you can go about writing your book. My first tip for you is to identify your passion. You may already have a good idea as to what you'd like your book to be about, but if you don't, that's okay. My first piece of advice to you is to answer the question, what are you most passionate about, or what am I most passionate about? And if you don't know the answer to that, I recommend checking out my video, How to Find Your Purpose, and by asking yourself the following questions. What do I like to do? How do I like to spend my free time? How do I like to spend my money? What would I do even if I wasn't getting paid for it? What do people ask me for advice on the most? What are some of the biggest hurts and challenges that I've had to overcome? What message do I want to share with others? And if I could be known for one thing or leaving one impactful idea behind on the planet, what would that be? For me, writing has always been a passion of mine because it's been the vehicle which has allowed me to share how I've overcome my biggest hurts and challenges, and it's been something that I've been so passionate about. I've done it without getting paid, and it's just something that feels like breathing to me. It's just something that I have to do. So take a moment to pause the video and answer those questions for yourself. If you'd like more inspiration for identifying your passions and your purpose, be sure to check out my video, How to Find Your Purpose, and I'll link that below. And like I said, you may already have an idea of what your passions are or what you'd like to write about, but just having that crystal clear vision and being able to see it written out on paper is really important and really helpful. Step number 2 to writing your first book is to eliminate limiting beliefs about writing books. Though not directly related to the writing process, it's incredibly important for anyone wanting to write a book. As I've shared before on this channel many times before, our beliefs can either help us or hinder us on our path to goal achievement. And it's no different with writing a book. So if you want to successfully complete your first book, it's imperative that you eliminate any limiting beliefs revolved around book writing. Some limiting beliefs may include writing a book is too hard, or it's too time consuming, or writing a book is reserved only for those who are well-rounded writers, famous, or celebrities. I'm here to tell you that none of those things are true. The truth of the matter is that anyone can write a book if they're truly dedicated to doing so. As I've said before, everyone has a story to tell, everyone's an expert at something, and it's not as hard as you think. Which leads me to my next point. My tip number 4 is to write every day. Once you've decided to discard those limiting beliefs because you recognize that they won't get you anywhere, and once you adopt the empowering belief that anyone can write a book if they choose to set their mind to it, my next tip for you is to write every day. The reason it's important to write every day is because not only will it strengthen, develop, and improve your skills as a writer, but it will help you create content for your book. Something I highly recommend doing is starting a blog. I've been blogging since 2011 and it's been a very helpful tool. Some of the books I've written I didn't even know I was going to write. I wasn't even planning on writing them, but patterns began to emerge with the content that I was blogging about that I realized that I had enough content for several books. So all I had to do was kind of tweak and edit my blog posts and reformat them to create a book. Another reason writing every day specifically for a blog is important is because it can help you build a following of individuals who are eager to buy your book. You may be wondering, well, why would people want to buy a book of mine if I already shared all the information on my blog? The answer to that would be that in writing a book, you're putting it into a different format and you're also tweaking things and adding more substance so that you're providing more value in your books than you would in a typical blog post. And I have a blogging tip for you. You want to share quality information and helpful advice, but you want to save your juiciest information for your book. And I definitely know what it's like to have ideas of mine stolen or taken from my blog and used by other people. So you want to hook people in with blogging, but do so without giving everything away. You want to create intrigue, but don't give away your best secrets. Just like on my YouTube channel, I share what a lot of people consider helpful tips, but my books are really where the juicy stuff is at. So finally, writing every day is important because it breaks down the daunting task of writing a book by breaking it into smaller segments. So if you think about it, if you write just 1 page a day for 6 months, that's 180 pages. If you write a page a day for a year, that's 365 pages. That's a pretty decent sized book. So anyone who says things like writing a book is too hard or it's too time consuming, when you break it down into smaller bits, it really becomes something that's seen as much more doable and less of this ginormous, monstrous task that's intimidating for you to tackle. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you did, please be sure to give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos. Also, let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in me creating a book writing e-course. I have a lot more tips that I can share on this subject, such as how to go about publishing, how to get artists to create artwork for your book, how you can create your own artwork, how to outsource for an editor, how to pick a title that sells, and so much more. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're interested in purchasing any of my books, I'll put the links to those below as well. That's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I wish you a phenomenal week, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care.